I wanted to show you a nifty little way to get email for your new website through Google Apps. So what you need to do is go to Google, type in Google Apps, and this doesn't cost any money. Choose Google Apps free, click the Get Started button, and then enter your domain name. And then click Get Started. And then fill all this out. Make sure that you check this box, and you can say no to most of these things, and no, and then click Continue. And then your username is going to be info. Make it simple. Alright, and then pick a hard to guess password, and then try to solve the CAPTCHA, which is always hard. And then make sure this is checked because you want the new stuff to come in as soon as possible. Yeah, I messed up the CAPTCHA. Alright, we'll try again. So if this one works, sometimes I have to try 3 or 4 times before I get it to work. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is you want to verify domain ownership. And the way you do that is by clicking Next and Next, and you want to download this file, and you want to go find that file, and you want to go to your domain, it's right here, and then you can leave everything as is. What you want to do though is you want to change this all the way down here on MX Records, edit, and paste in that entry that we just had. You have to take out the period on some cPanels. So click Edit, and you should be all set. Let's go back here, click up here, go to the inbox, and we're getting email. Okay, here's an intro email, how to get started, and all that stuff. Now I want to talk to you about one aspect of social media, and that is you want to make it very simple and very easy and very quick for people to like your site, or to comment on your site, or to share your site. So here's how you do that, and we've already alluded to it when we installed the Sexy Bookmarks plugin. So as you notice on the site, we have a Facebook icon, a Twitter icon, a LinkedIn icon. We can send via Gmail, post to Posterous, or add to Squidoo. We also have these buttons right here, the like and the +1. Okay. You notice that we put the like and the +1 at both the top and the bottom of the post, or the page. You can do it on posts, pages, or both. Let's go to a post. So here's our example text, here's our like button, here's our +1. Make it very easy, it's just one click. If you're logged into Google and or Facebook, you can click either of these links and they'll work. Obviously you have to be logged into Facebook for the like button to work, and you have to be logged into Google for the +1 button to work. Alright, then we've got these icons, so it's very simple to send things to these social media sites. As you remember, or may remember, there's a whole lot of places that you can add to that Sexy Bookmarks plugin. They're all here, so that's cool. So the bottom line is you want to make things very, very easy for people to share, or like, or +1 anything that you can do with social media to make it easier for your viewers to share that content with others is awesome. So keep that in mind. Okay, the second aspect around social media is syndicating your content. The idea being every time you post something to your website, you want that content to be syndicated as much as possible to as many places as possible. Now, in the last video we talked about making it extremely easy for your visitors to share content for themselves. What we're going to do now is make it so that your content, once you make a post or a page to your website, all of that content gets syndicated out to various social media sites. So I'm not going to go through the entire process, but I'm going to show you in concept how to do it. And the trick here is to use a tool, an online tool called Hootsuite. It's this guy right here. So what you want to do is you want to go here, scroll down to settings, and choose RSS Atom, and then choose social networks, and you want to add a social network. Okay, so this is connect with Twitter. Alright, let's go to Twitter and create my account. Here's the account. Let's go to email, confirm your Twitter account, click on the link. Okay, so Twitter's good to go. Alright, go to Hootsuite, connect with Twitter. Authorize the app. And it takes a few seconds for this to work. Okay, so Ultimate WP is set up. Now you want to do the same thing with Facebook. Add social network. Go to Facebook. Connect with Facebook. Log into Facebook. And allow. So now it's going to ask you which Facebook fan page. So you have to find it. This might be kind of hard. That's the first one. So click on that icon and then finish importing. And then you're done. So what I've done here is I've syndicated your content out to your Facebook fan page and your Twitter account. You can do a whole lot of other things here too. Chief among them is using a service called Ping.fm. If you set up Ping.fm ahead of time, create a bunch of accounts at different social media sites, and then tell Ping to syndicate whatever gets posted to it out to those dozens and dozens of sites, you can set Hootsuite up in kind of a daisy chain fashion such that whenever you create a blog post, Hootsuite picks up that blog post via RSS, which is the next step we have to take. And then what happens is Hootsuite pushes that content out to your Facebook fan page, out to Twitter, and out to Ping.fm. Once Ping.fm gets it, it syndicates all of that stuff out into all those other social media sites you set up. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Let's go to the next step. So we go to RSS Atom. We add a new feed. We type in the feed URL. So typically the feed URL for a WordPress site is the domain name, /feed, and then you tell it what profiles to send to. So we had The Ultimate Guide to WordPress. And we had a Twitter account too, Ultimate WP. We're just going to do those for now. So there are the icons. Check this feed for new posts every hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, or 24 hours. Depends on the interval at which you create content. I would suggest to go with an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours because I don't like to wait. So I go with an hour, 5 posts at a time. You can say, you can prepend text to each message that says new, and then you can use a URL shortener like ally.com, well, ally.ly, and then you click Save Feed. Once that's done, anytime you create a blog post or a website piece of content, that content is going to get syndicated, in this case, out to Twitter and Facebook. If I were to set up ping.fm or any of these other social networks like LinkedIn, WordPress, MySpace, Foursquare, or Mixi, I'd have content syndicated all over the web. That serves at least 2 purposes. Purpose number 1 is more people will have a chance at seeing your content because they may look at Twitter but not Facebook. They may never go to your blog. They may go to LinkedIn and see updates there because they're business minded. So you're going to get more people to see your content. Therefore you'll get direct traffic from that content syndication, because the idea being people are going to see that content, they're going to like what they see, they're going to click through to your website. So now you have a new visitor. The second way it benefits you is every time there's a link from one of those syndication sites back to your site, that's called a backlink. And because most of these social sites have high authority, lots of traffic, high page rank, lots of their own backlinks, all of that stuff contributes to boosting you in the ranks for your chosen keywords. So that's why it's really important to continue to make content that's based on your keywords and keyword phrases. All right, so that's content syndication in a nutshell. Okay guys, this could be considered a bonus video. I'm going to show you how to quickly create a list in Aweber and how to put that on your site. All right, so log into Aweber or whatever contact manager you have. The process is similar. So let's go to Create and Manage Lists, and then Create New List, and then give it a name. So this one's going to be WSO Ultimate Guide to WordPress. And then we're going to call this the Ultimate Guide to WordPress. WSO. Bill. And you just fill out the from and the address. And then you can fill this part in too. Oops. Fill this part in too. Click on Add. Get rid of this box because it always gets in the way. Click on Save Settings. Go up here, personalize your list. I need to learn how to spell. And we won't do any of the social media stuff, but you could. Whatever social media properties you have as far as Twitter and Facebook goes, you could click on one of these and make it the default, such that anytime you send a broadcast message, that broadcast message will actually get posted to your Facebook and your Twitter accounts, but we're not going to do that here. Okay, so save settings. Scroll back up, and you go to your confirmed opt-in, edit this right here because this doesn't make any sense. This is actually going to go out to a customer. So it says we received your request for information from. So what we're going to do is we're going to just change this first line. Thanks for ordering the ultimate guide to WordPress. And then clean up the formatting a little bit. Make sure that your opt-in on forums is required, so it's on. And then put in your success page. So we'll kind of put in a W page here because I don't have this page on the blog on the site yet. So I'll copy that and make sure that I make a page for that. Okay, we're done with that. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to create a form, and we'll go bare bones here. We'll just load that, change the button so it's centered, get rid of the footer. You can put something in here simply by typing in and then we'll probably want to center that and save the form, go to the next step and call it form WSO Ultimate Guide to WordPress. And then your thank you page, I always like this smart video version, that's pretty cool. Then save the form, go up here to publish, and you've got 3 ways to publish. I will install my form, you can hand over the form to your web designer, or you can have Aweber host the form. The easiest way that I found is actually just to use JavaScript, copy and paste that bad boy, and then go over to your WordPress site and paste that in. So we're going to do that right now. So what you need to do is you need to go to here to Appearance, and then Widgets, and then drag this text widget. Then you just type in something like this, please register, and then type in your JavaScript there, click on Save, and we'll go take a look at the website, see what it looks like. So this is how you put a form on your website. That didn't take. Maybe it's still saving. Oh, it's down here. Duh. What we want to do actually is move it. So I actually put it down at the bottom. So you can just move it very simply by doing that. Then going back to your site, refreshing the page, and now it's at the top. Okay. Now there are some really cool plugins that you can get for WordPress that automate or automate's the wrong word, that give you a pop-up. That's really cool. Now Aweber does pop-ups as well. If you go back here, now the neat thing with this is you can change your form and put something here like that, hit save, go back to your website, and you'll see that the form changes. It should have changed and put some text in there. There we go. So you can change your form on the fly without ever having to go back to your website, which is really cool. Okay, you see this part right here where it says type inline? That means that the form is going to be loaded right where you put it. You can also choose popover, lightbox, or pop-up. So popover hovers within the web page. It's usually unblockable. All right. Lightbox is exactly like that, except that it darkens the web page in the background. and then a pop-up opens in a new window. It's blocked by most browsers, so you really don't want to use that one. So this is the free version, so we could use it as popover like this. Let's just to show you. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, let's go back to the blog or the website and see what we have here. See how it just pops over? Your users can X that out if they want. Now you can also change the delay on the popover. So see how this says 0 seconds? That means it's going to pop up as soon as that page loads. We could make it like this, and then we can also say display once or show every 5 days, for example. But we're not going to do that. So we're going to always display it. Watch this slide from top. Okay, and we're going to change this to 5 seconds. Save the web form. Go back to your website. Reload it. See that? It slides in from the top. Pretty cool, right? Alright. That's all there is to this video. Thanks a lot.